Hey to you, we say welcome to this edition of our robust program, Retirement Clues. I am the promoter of this program, Mr. Sudo Okota, and the publisher of Nigerian #1 insurance and pension news online, known as ISPEN Online. We want to use this opportunity to actually appreciate those that have been following us since the inception of this program, for the encouragement that we are actually getting from the public. It has continued to do more. And we thank God that we are making impact in the life of people. And by the grace of God, we'll continue to come your way. We'll continue to research to see how we can, enhance this program as we come your way regularly. Today, we are going to look at a very sensitive topic, and it's sensitive, but it is really impactful. Pattern. We are going to look at a topic that says how falsification of age negatively impact retirement. How falsification of age negatively impact retirement. That is what we want to discuss today, because sometimes you see people, they want to use fake age. Some of them, they doctor their age, they reduce their age so that they will have enough time to work, but they don't know that why they think they are gaining, and remain that employment, but they are already shortchanging themselves. There are some ways they will negatively have impact, on their retirement. The impact and what to do are what we are going to discuss briefly in this broadcast. Before we go further, let's just give you some highlights within the retirement space. The National Pension Commission, according to the February, report given, we got to know that pension fund operators spent they invested 56.59 billion, in retirement change related project, which we call green bonds, and it's a good one, and they continue to make investment in different sectors of the economy. Then the second thing we want to serve here is coming from the National Insurance Commission and the National Pension Commission, as regards the trap annuity fund in two insurance companies that presently have challenges. That is Niger Insurance and Standard Alliance. And we got to know that the two regulators are working, to see that annuitants don't suffer, so that the fund, the people annuitants in those companies, they will continue to receive their monthly pension benefit. We just pray that they will be able to resolve that issue so that annuitants will not suffer. Then those are just the updates we have. Quickly, let's just go into the topic which we have today, which we says is how falsification of age negatively impact retirement. You that is working, I don't know whether you actually give the organization where you work your age. Some people say football age, some say maybe that is career age, but I don't think it is proper for somebody to, when you are 50, you'll be dating that you are 25. You may just have your way, but one thing is that you can't cheat nature. That is just one thing about it. You just take it to the bank that you can't cheat nature. Nature will always have a payback period, and that is why when you falsify your age, you just think, oh, let me continue, I'm working. Even when the time you ought to have retired, you are still in the job. You may not know that you are harming yourself. These are the things we want to discuss today. What are the impact of age falsification on retirement? One of the impact is that the person that fortify his or her age will retire tired. Because if you are expected to retire at 50 or 60 and you are 45 your age, 70 you are still working, what you will not be productive. And when you retire, if God helps you, they're able to get to that 70, you retire. It's time that you would have retired everything that you're supposed to have done for yourself. You would have given it out to the organization. In terms of productivity, you will not be productive at that time, even to yourself, to your family. Say that you retire tired. You see, you may have the money, but you may not have the privilege to enjoy the money. That is why it is very, very wrong for us to falsify our age. Let nature follow its course. If you are 60, say I'm 60. If you are 50, say I'm 50, and retire very well, so that you have enough time to enjoy that money that you are working for. As I said, one of the impact is that when you fortify your age, you will retire and retire tired. Another one is that you have health challenges, because take it or leave it, as you clock 60, there are challenges that are associated with our age. And at that time, that you're supposed to have slowed down with your activities, because you are 45 your age, you will still be working, still be waking up early, go to job and all those stuff. Before you know, it begins to impact your health. And when you retire, the money that you would have saved in retirement, you just be running from one hospital to another, even if you have health insurance. But going to hospital every moment is not a good thing that one should enjoy in retirement. You have different health challenges when you fortify your age. That is another impact on retirement. Then it ruins personal businesses. There are some people, while they are working, they set up their own business, and it is expected that at least when you retire at 60, let's say 50, 60, you are still active, you can still run your business. But because they have fortified their age, the business that they put aside, put in the hand of people, they will not have enough time to look at how the business grow. Before they even retire, the business would have collapsed, because they are not giving it enough attention. Is one of the negative impact of fortifying your age, because you will not have time to oversee what you have invested your money into. And that is why you see many businesses will just collapse. And if the business collapses, the person will look at the amount he or she has put into that can even lead to high blood pressure, and before you know, the person will pass on. All the labor, all the falsification and everything will just end that way. Then another thing is that when you retire at a time that ought not to retire, it shortens your retirement lifespan. Just as we have said, the time that you suppose, because retirement, the people that actually organize it, you say know that there's a certain age that you get to, you should not be running just like as if you are when you were in 30s. But when you are ripe for retirement and you are still running around dialing your hair, as if you are still a baby, you can't cheat nature. It will still come, and before you know, the time that you would have amassed all those money for you to spend it, life may not be there. You see, it shortens retirement lifespan, when you fortify your age. Another thing is that it keeps personal enterprise. Some people have vision, though. When I retire, I want to maybe I want to do this. I want to, like the last time we were talking about retiring socially responsibly. You want to retire and be useful to your community. But when you fortify your age, you retire at 60, whereas you are 80. What can you do at that point in time? You cannot be responsible that much again. The enterprise, the vision that you have, you would have, you should cut your vision. The time that you would have used to be productive to yourself, to actualize your vision, you would have wasted it because you want to amass more wealth by fortifying your age. And the last one is that most people die in the job, because of stress. And at that time now, people are pushing you. People that are even maybe your children age mates will be talking to you anyhow. And because of the work pressure and every other thing, the person may just die in that job. At the time he or she is supposed to be at home relaxing, he's still going to the office, running around, jumping as if he's a baby, doing exercise. The person may die in the job. That is very bad, and that is why we are saying don't fortify your fortify your age. Do make sure that you retire at the right time that you ought to retire quickly. What are the things that you need to do? instead of fortifying your falsifying your age. What are the things that you need to do? We suggest that you just embrace retirement early in life. Most people, because they don't thank God for this contributory pension scheme. And if you are in an organization and you just start working and they are contributing for you, you can begin to know who I'm assisting, I want to retire, begin to work towards that. A retirement now is not an open-ended. It's not like the defined pension benefit where government will take care. But this one is what you contribute that you earn. You embrace retirement early so that you will not just wake up to retirement just few days and begin to swear affidavit that you are younger than the age that you once claimed. Having embraced that, embrace retirement early. The next thing you need to do is invest towards retirement. And investing towards retirement, there are some things that we feel you should do. Number one, like in the contributory pension scheme, apart from what your employer is contributing for you, embrace voluntary contribution so that you have enough fund, in your RSA at the time you retire. You can buy stock, invest in stocks and shares. You can buy insurance. Make sure you use insurance to cut off unnecessary expenses. Insure whatever you need to insure. Buy the annuity, deferred annuity, take health insurance. All those things will really help you to cut off unnecessary expenses. Invest in real estate. Make sure while you are working, no place is far. Buy a plot of land and try to own a house for your family. Then you can still invest through mutual fund. All these capital companies that are into capital, meet them and see how you can explore opportunities there. Or skill yourself, acquire knowledge, so that when you retire, you can retire into that new skill that you have actually acquired. Train yourself, train your children too. Give them the best education you can, so that at retirement they will not be problem to you. And the last one we have to say is that cultivate healthy lifestyle. Don't just waste your life drinking, smoking, womanizing, doing every type of evil, because at old age you will pay for all those things that you have used your life to do. Once you do this thing, you see that retirement, you'll be, even before you clock 50 or 60, you'll be wishing to retire, because you know that at least in retirement you have already prepared towards it. Most people that falsify their age, because when they look around they don't have anything to fall back on. That is why they keep on working, and which is not that good. Then, having done that, we say plan to retire early. All these things will help you to achieve that plan of retiring early. Always look at it. I want to retire. I don't want to retire tired. I don't want to retire at the time that I will not be useful to myself again. Even while you are in retirement, part of the investment, you start a small business, that you'll be growing. And at the time that you retire, you can just retire into that business, and you'll be surprised that even before God calls you home, you would have grown that business and pass it on to your children. Then we'll say cultivate a godly lifestyle. It is very, very good. Fear God, love those around you, be good to your environment. Don't put hand in anything that is evil, so that you will not pay, with your life at old age. Then the last thing I want to say is you should be content with what God has given to you. The desire to acquire the whole world, it will ruin your life. And the thing is that no matter what you acquire, when God calls you home, you are not going to take anything home. You just be buried just the way you are. Even if they bury you with car, is a waste. They cannot bury you in 10 houses. They can't bury you in America, bury you in Nigeria. Know that one day you will leave this earth, and that's why you should be content with what God has given to you. Appreciate God, do the best you can to do, and that in retirement you will enjoy yourself. I want to stop here. Just as I've said, I'm Mr. Chusudo Okonta, the promoter of this program. In case you want to get across to us, our numbers are open: 08054269557. Then the other number is 0703253527, and my email address is ispenonline@gmail.com. Thank you for giving us your time again. Please share this podcast. You may be helping somebody. Don't falsify your age. May God help you and help us in Jesus' name. Amen.